that you are still being an agent of chaos honestly reconfirms that you still ain't grew up.
It's my hope that that we can stand up in a place of peace.
We're not in a place of peace.
What will it take for us to get to that space? That's my whole thing.
It's not gonna happen.
It's been months of chaos, heartbreak, and headlines. But this time, Melody Shari is done staying silent. After years of drama, court filings, and emotional breakdowns, she's finally responding to Martell Holt's shocking actions, and the way she's doing it has left fans speechless. For so long, people have watched their story unfold like a real-life soap opera: love, betrayal, children caught in the middle, and a man who just couldn't let go.
The paperwork.
I know what's in the paperwork. The same way in the paperwork in the court case where you were asked if you were in a relationship with Shari and you said it was a business arrangement. That's in the paperwork too, verbatim. You know, it's called the clerk typing.
Oh my.
I've been knowing that.
What documents?
Go to the page when my attorney find it. When my attorney
That's such a liar.
I'm not a liar, because I'll now go pay for the transcript and prove that you are by the time this airs. Same papers he was sending to bloggers to talk about our children's court cases. That's a disgrace to me.
We gonna talk about this.
You are the lowest of the low of the scum of this earth.
But what nobody expected was Melody's calm, controlled, and deeply emotional response that not only silenced her critics but reminded everyone exactly who she is: a woman who refuses to be broken. This isn't just about gossip or another messy breakup. It's about a mother, a survivor, and a woman who's learning how to protect her peace in a world that keeps trying to shake it. So how did it all explode again? What did Martell do this time to push Melody to her limit? And what made her finally speak her truth? Let's rewind the clock and uncover everything that led up to this emotional turning point. When Melody and Martell first appeared on Love and Marriage, Huntsville, they seemed like the perfect power couple. They were attractive, successful, ambitious, and built a brand that looked unshakable.
This is so sad.
It seems.
No, it's nice.
Hold on. Martell, Melody, hold on. Please. Hold on.
Okay.
Destiny.
I don't want nothing and don't need nothing. God is my source and has been since I left your dusty ass.
Okay.
Together, they were the face of Black excellence in marriage and business, proof that love and success could coexist. But behind that picture-perfect image was a storm brewing. Whispers of infidelity started to surface. Rumors that Martell wasn't as faithful as he appeared. And as time went on, those rumors turned into hard truths that shattered Melody's heart and the trust that built their empire. Their once beautiful marriage turned into a public battleground, filled with tears, lies, and emotional manipulation. Melody tried to hold on for her children, hoping things would change, hoping Martell would realize what he was losing.
I was never going back. Because I had realized, like, dang, after all these years, 2017, so that's 3 years, and 2017 to 2020, you've been cheating for 5, because I found out y'all started in 2015. You still haven't changed or grown up or have a different mindset that I'm willing to give any more years to hope that you will change and grow up. So at that point, to me, it became soiled goods. I was like, you know what? He ain't changing. I'm out.
But instead, things only got worse. Martell's affair wasn't just a mistake, it became a lifestyle. He flaunted it, defended it, and even blamed Melody for his choices. The emotional toll on her was enormous. Imagine being betrayed not only by your husband but also humiliated on national television while trying to protect your family's image. Melody reached a breaking point, and when she finally walked away, it wasn't just the end of a marriage, it was the beginning of a war. The custody battle that followed turned their divorce into a spectacle. Court documents, social media rants, emotional live videos, it became too much for anyone to process.
Only time I talked to anybody was when I went with Martell no more, and I never went back. Next question.
And just when fans thought things had calmed down, Martell found new ways to keep the drama alive. He accused Melody of being a bad mother, claimed she was using their kids for attention, and started spreading stories online that painted himself as the victim. He even went as far as violating a court-issued no-contact order multiple times. The court had made it clear: no calls, no texts, no third-party communication unless it was strictly about the children. But Martell couldn't seem to follow the rules. He reached out to Melody about things that had nothing to do with co-parenting, grilling her about private meetings, confronting her over legal issues, and using social media to indirectly send her messages that made her uncomfortable. Melody stayed silent through most of it, hoping to keep things private for the sake of her kids. But when his actions crossed another line, she finally decided enough was enough. It all started when Martell appeared online in a series of posts that shocked even his longtime supporters. He implied that Melody was trying to turn their children against him. He accused her of keeping them away and even questioned her parenting in front of thousands of followers. The tone of his posts wasn't that of a concerned father, it was bitter, emotional, and clearly meant to hurt. People quickly noticed the aggression behind his words. It wasn't about co-parenting anymore, it was about control, about getting under Melody's skin. But here's the twist: instead of clapping back or posting emotional videos, Melody did something that completely changed the narrative. She responded with grace. In a recent live stream, Melody opened up, not to bash Martell, but to finally speak her truth. Her tone was calm, her voice steady, but the emotion in her eyes said everything. She spoke about healing, about boundaries, and about what it means to truly move on when the other person refuses to let go. She said, "Peace isn't something people give you. You have to protect it yourself, even when it means walking away from what you once prayed for." That one line hit her fans deeply. It wasn't a response of anger, it was wisdom from someone who had learned her worth the hard way. Melody admitted that co-parenting hasn't been easy, especially when the other parent doesn't respect boundaries. She said she prays for peace not only for herself but also for her children, because she knows how damaging it can be when parents fight in public. She didn't mention Martell by name, but everyone knew who she was talking about. It was her way of saying, "I see what you're doing, but I'm not going to let you drag me back into the mess." Fans flooded her comments with support, praising her maturity and strength. One person wrote, "This woman has every reason to lose it, but instead she chooses grace. That's growth." Another said, "Melody is the definition of peace after chaos. Martell can't break what God has already healed." And that's the thing, Melody's journey isn't just about drama or gossip. It's about transformation. She went from a broken wife to a strong, independent mother who's building a brand, raising her children, and setting boundaries that she used to ignore for the sake of love. Meanwhile, Martell's situation has only gotten worse. The courts have reportedly tightened restrictions after multiple violations of the no-contact order. His legal troubles are piling up, and fans are beginning to see a pattern: a man who can't accept that his ex-wife has moved on. Sources close to the situation say that Melody has been focusing entirely on her kids and her business. Her skincare line is thriving, her motivational speaking engagements are expanding, and she's even working on new projects outside reality TV. She's choosing peace over pettiness. But that doesn't mean she hasn't been hurt. In her live, Melody opened up about the emotional scars left behind, how difficult it is to co-parent with someone who constantly challenges your peace, and how she's learning to forgive without forgetting. She said, "Forgiveness doesn't mean I let you hurt me again. It just means I'm not carrying your pain anymore." That moment felt like closure, not only for her but for everyone who's watched her story unfold over the years. Still, the situation between her and Martell remains tense. He continues to make passive-aggressive remarks online, sometimes even posting cryptic messages that fans instantly connect to Melody. He's accused her of manipulating the public, of playing the victim, and of using her platform to make him look bad. But the truth is, Melody doesn't have to say much. Martell's actions speak louder than any words she could post. What nobody expected, though, was how deeply these ongoing battles have affected their children. Sources close to the family have shared that Melody's main concern is the emotional stability of her kids. She's been open about how much therapy and prayer have become a part of their routine. She's trying to make sure her children grow up knowing love, not bitterness. And while she doesn't publicly discuss every detail, fans can tell how hard she's working to break the cycle. As for Martell, he's been trying to fight back in court, reportedly appealing some of the decisions made against him. But legal experts believe his behavior, especially violating orders and airing personal grievances online, could hurt his case even more. Every public outburst makes it harder for him to argue that he's acting in the best interest of the kids. And that's what makes Melody's quiet response so powerful. Instead of matching his chaos, she's letting her peace speak louder. She's teaching her audience, especially women going through similar battles, that you don't have to respond to every attack. Sometimes silence and success are the best revenge. Her growth is undeniable. Fans have seen her go from crying on camera to smiling through storms, from pleading for respect to demanding peace. She's been humiliated, misjudged, and tested in every way possible, but somehow, she keeps rising. Recently, she posted a message that summed up everything perfectly. Sometimes God will let them try to break you so he can show them they never could. Those words felt like a declaration of freedom, the end of a long, painful chapter. Melody's story isn't just about surviving heartbreak, it's about rebuilding yourself when everything falls apart. She's showing that healing doesn't mean pretending nothing happened. It means accepting the pain, learning from it, and using it as a stepping stone. And while Martell's name might keep popping up in headlines, Melody's actions show that she's already moved far beyond the drama. But here's the truth that's hard to ignore: Martell still hasn't let go. Even as Melody tries to keep things peaceful, his actions keep pulling him into controversy. From social media jabs to emotional interviews, it's like he's fighting ghosts, still searching for control in a story that no longer belongs to him. Fans have noticed that the more Melody glows, the more Martell seems to spiral. It's a pattern of insecurity, a desperate attempt to stay relevant in a narrative that has moved on without him. But the difference now is clear: Melody isn't engaging anymore. She's no longer reacting from pain. She's responding from power. And that's what makes her response so shocking, yet so inspiring. Because instead of tearing him down, she's letting her success, peace, and silence do the talking. Her strength isn't loud, it's quiet, steady, and impossible to ignore. As the dust settles, one thing is certain: Melody Shari has evolved. She's not the same woman who once cried on camera or fought for validation. She's a businesswoman, a mother, and a survivor who learned that sometimes, peace means letting go of the people who thrive on your pain. The world may keep watching for her next move, and Martell may keep trying to pull her back into the chaos, but Melody's path is clear: she's walking toward light, not drama. And maybe that's the biggest lesson of all, that real power isn't found in revenge or attention. It's found in peace, in healing, and in choosing yourself even when others don't. As she said in one of her latest posts, "I've faced storms that were meant to destroy me, but instead, they taught me how to dance in the rain." And while Martell's shocking actions might have tried to dim her light, Melody Shari is proving that no amount of drama can silence a woman who finally knows her worth. The chapter between Melody and Martell might not be over yet, but for the first time in years, it's Melody holding the pen. And she's writing a story that's no longer about pain. It's about peace, power, and freedom. Because sometimes, the best response isn't shouting back, it's shining brighter.